Good morning again. I wanted to talk about the Texas House District 126 race too, and I just have to say I think there's three candidates in the race, is my understanding. You have Kelly Peterson, you have Stan Stanart, and you have I think it's Polly Looper. And I just wanted to say I find Kelly Peterson to be the most formidable candidate in the race. I think she has the experience. I think she has the connections. I think the work she's already done has been proven to be effective and conservative and produced and delivered results for the district already, as not only a resident, as someone who works there, as someone who's even been district director. I think she has a clear understanding of what needs to happen. As much as I've admired Stan Stanhart in the past, I think the past is the past, and I think there's a lot of work that should be done, continue to be done in regards to election integrity. But I think this race is a lot more than that, and I also think it's important that you bring something to the race that has meaning and value, and I think Kelly Peterson certainly is the candidate that offers that. I think she's well versed on the issues. I think she understands the district. I think she's going to be the person that actually is able to be effective in reaching out to people and focusing on the things that matter: flood mitigation, things that won't hinder the district. We don't need a state representative in that House seat that's going to go rogue in some ways that will restrict them from being on certain committees. I think that's very important. And, we also don't need someone who is working to rebuild themselves into politics. I think everyone knows when their time and their season has come and gone. I think for Stan Stanhart that certainly has happened, and just because you have a long list of names and different things, it doesn't translate to votes. I've seen that time and time again, from campaign to campaign that I've worked on, coordinated, managed, volunteered on. It people can say, absolutely, you got my support, you got my endorsement. It doesn't mean anything. And I speak from experience as myself, as someone who had a lot of endorsements, a lot of support. What matters is what voters think. And when you talk to voters in the district, when you actually live in the district, you know that they want someone who is going to be focused on not just a single issue, which is important, but someone who is actually focused on making sure that things get done for people who live in neighborhoods that are concerned about flooding, people who are worried about the illegal immigration crisis that we have going on that's hindering Houston. That is the things that matter to people, not just election integrity and ballot integrity, which are important, but those are things that can be resolved in other areas beyond that of a state rep. And Kelly Peterson is not focused on a single issue. She's focused on a number of issues. She's talking to people. She's getting things done. She's out there in the community. She's showing up. She's knocking on doors. She's block walking. That's a lot to be said. And as far as the alternative to that, as much as I respect and admire someone who's willing to say, I want to serve, I want to represent, it's also important that they are not doing it for certain reasons or wanting to make a name for themselves or stand out. As much as I admire anyone who is out there speaking on the issues and speaking to certain things, experience does matter. And I've found that time and time again. When I was younger, I used to be all excited about people that were new to the system, But sometimes when you have someone that understands how the system works, that is how they can be the most effective. And she's actually been there. She knows how the state of Texas works. She knows how Austin works. That matters. That's important. You don't need someone that's going to go try to get article headlines or be the sole vote that's going to hinder the district and prevent a state representative from bearing certain committees. You do not need that. And I find the most credible candidate in the race to be Kelly Peterson. She's lived here, she's worked here, she's raised her family here. That's who we need. That's who I support. And I think it's very important that we make sure that she makes it to Austin, and she's doing it for the right reasons, and that's what matters and that's what counts. So I wish her all the best in her race.